Howdy shipmates, it's Captain Dan here. Welcome to Story Time with Captain Dan. Some great stories from the past and the present and maybe even the future, sharing in these times of physical isolation, bringing a bit of joy into the world. And as you know, I'm selecting all kinds of tales at the moment and I'm getting a bit of encouragement. Please keep the encouragement coming in. A few people that are following these tales and I'm requesting any shout outs, any names want to be mentioned, any stories you'd like me to share. And I got a special request the other day from two young ladies who've been enjoying my stories with their mummy and daddy every night of the week. So this story is particularly for Olivia and Maeve-Ann from Captain Dan. And the story that they requested was, or one of the stories was, Room on the Broom, by the creators of the Gruffalo actually. It's by Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. And as it happened, apparently this was also a favourite story of Sue's daughter Lucy when she was a young girl too. So we happen to have a copy here. So it's not a story I know, so I'm going to share Room on the Broom by Julia Donaldson, illustrated by Axel Scheffler. Room on the Broom. So the witch had a cat and a very tall hat and long ginger hair which she wore in a plait. There you can see her. How the cat purred and how the witch grinned as they sat on their broomstick and flew through the wind. But how the witch wailed and how the cat spat when the wind blew so wildly it blew off her hat. Oh no. Down cried the witch and they flew to the ground. They searched for the hat, but no hat could be found. Then out of the bushes on thundering paws there bounded a dog with the hat in his jaws. He dropped it politely and eagerly said, as the witch pulled the hat firmly down on her head, "I am a dog and keen as can be. Is there room on the broom for a dog like me?" "Yes," cried the witch, and the dog clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick and whoosh! They were gone. Over the fields and the forest they flew. The dog wagged his tail and the stormy wind blew. The witch laughed out loud and held on to her hat. But away blew the bow from her ginger plait. Down cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the bow, but no bow could be found. Then from out of a tree with an ear-splitting shriek, there flapped a green bird with a bow in her beak. She dropped it politely and bent her head low. Then said, as the witch tied the plait in a bow, "I am a bird as green as can be. Is there room on the broom for a bird like me?" "Yes," cried the witch, and the bird fluttered on. The witch tapped the broomstick and whoosh! They were gone. Over the reeds and the river they flew. The bird shrieked with glee and the stormy wind blew. They shot through the sky to the back of beyond. The witch clutched her bow, but let go of her wand. Down cried the witch and they flew to the ground. They searched for the wand, but no wand could be found. Then all of a sudden from out of a pond leapt a dripping wet frog with a dripping wet wand. He dropped it politely and then said with a croak, as the witch dried the wand on the fold of her cloak, "I am a frog as clean as can be. Is there room on the broom for a frog like me?" "Yes," cried the witch, so the frog bounded on. The witch tapped the broomstick and whoosh! They were gone. Over the moors and the mountains they flew. The frog jumped for joy. And the broom snapped in two. Goodness me! Down fell the cat and the dog and the frog, down they went tumbling into a bog. The witch's half broomstick flew into a cloud, and the witch heard a roar that was scary and loud. I am a dragon, as mean as can be, and I'm planning to have witch and chips for my tea. No, cried the witch, flying higher and higher. The dragon flew after her, breathing out fire. Help, cried the witch, flying down to the ground. She looked all around, but no help could be found. The dragon flew nearer and licking his lips. He said, maybe this once I'll have witch without chips. Just this once. Witch without chips. But just as he planned to begin on his feast, from out of a ditch rose a horrible, horrible, horrible beast. It was tall, dark and sticky, and feathered and furred. It had 4 frightful heads and had wings like a bird, and its terrible voice when it started to speak was a yowl and a growl and a croak and a shriek. It dripped and it squelched as it strode from the ditch, and it said to the dragon, "Buzz off, that's my witch." The dragon drew back and it started to shake. "I'm sorry," he spluttered. "I've made a mistake. It's nice to have met you, but now I must fly." And he spread out his wings and was off through the sky. Then down flew the bird and down jumped the frog. Down climbed the cat and phew, said the dog. "And thank you, oh thank you," the grateful witch cried. "Without you I'd be in that dragon's inside." Just look how happy and grateful they all are. Then she filled up her cauldron and said with a grin, "Find something, everyone. Throw something in." So the frog found a lily, and the cat found a cone, the bird found a twig, and the dog found a bone. They threw them all in, and the witch stirred them well, and while she was stirring she muttered a spell. Iggity, ziggity, zaggity, zoom. Then out rose a truly magnificent broom, with seats for the witch and the cat and the dog, a nest for the bird, and a shower for the frog. Deluxe model. "Yes," cried the witch, and they all clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick and whoosh! Whoosh, they were gone. So that's the story of Room on the Broom by Julia Donaldson, illustrated by Axel Scheffler, especially for my special friends. My special friends, this is for you, Olivia and Maeve-Ann, from Captain Dan. So that's the end of story time with Captain Dan for today. I hope you enjoyed this time together. I hope you'll return and have a nice peaceful evening, a good night's rest, and we'll begin again tomorrow. But just a little goodbye. Please do send any requests or any shout outs to any of my special friends. We're here for everybody. So please let me know. But before you go to sleep, just a little final few words from Captain Dan. Good night, good night. Oh, sweet repose. Don't lie on your belly, 'cause you might squash your nose.